The Last Story is an RPG made for the Nintendo Wii, and in some ways this could really be the last story, as this could represent the last quality title for Nintendo's little sister. So what is the tale of The Last Story about? In a nutshell, it follows Azel, a mercenary, and his band of mercenaries who travel to different locales and eventually land the island city of Lazarus, in which serves as the main setting for the majority of the game. Now, the story is not really gonna blow your mind, as this is probably a tale you have heard a few too many times by now. What this game does is it takes all these RPG and anime stories and cliches and tries to take the best parts of what it thinks are the best parts of the story, or to form its own story. The story, like I said, isn't mind-blowing, and you probably have an idea who is going to betray who will die, and who wants to take over the world, and who has to stop who. Basically stuff like that. But to me, what really makes the story really entertaining are the characters. Not by themselves, nothing really special, but when they come together, they have this kind of dynamic that keeps things interesting, and for me, that was more than enough for me to keep track of the story, as it was quite entertaining because of that. For me, a story doesn't have to be original or do things different from the others. It just has to be entertaining and well done, and for the most part, this game does that. I mean, yeah, it has its slow moments here and there, but minor details. Gameplay flows on a chapter-based format. This means the game is very episodic and straightforward with little to no side quests to do. In exchange for your limited freedom of exploration, you are given a sort of hub world in which you can explore, buy weapons, items, and minor quests. But after that, it's back to the main quest, which is the main focus here. The real star of the gameplay is the unique battle system. It is entirely in real time, as you can attack non-stop, making it feel more like an action game. You can even hide behind things like Gears of War, and there are some stealth elements added in there as well. Early on, you're given a unique power which gives you the ability to draw all enemies' attentions. But why would you want to do that, you say? By drawing all the enemies to yourself, you are the center of attention, but your allies are not. So while everyone is focused on you, your friends can attack the enemy, and this also gives the mage characters some time to catch their spells. You also get a command mode, which is a very RPG-like thing in that you need a full bot that you can command your allies on what moves they should use for the situation. Should your attacking allies be more defensive or offensive? Should your mage just use magic or attack? It adds an element of strategy to the game, as it's not really about you just mindlessly attacking the enemy. You want to have leverage going in and put yourself in a position you'll be able to win the battle. But what I like about it is how fast the battles play out. Well, was there anything I didn't like about the battle system? One, the game is too easy. What I mean by that is that you and your allies all have 5 green bars. These bars represent your lives. If your main character loses all 5, the game is over. But chances are, you will really see a game over. Sure, you're gonna make a few mistakes, but I doubt you're gonna make that many mistakes to get a game over. They should have made the enemies tougher, which goes into my next problem. The enemy AI is not too smart. I cannot tell you how many times enemies were chasing me and I went to hide behind a pillar or rock and they lost track of me. I would then hit them with a surprise attack, and oh yeah, the camera goes crazy when there's too much action. Oh, before I forget, there's a multiplayer component. It was really hard to get a game going, as it doesn't seem a lot of people or anybody plays this online. But then again, this is the Wii, so I don't really blame them. I did get a game with 2 people. However, the game is supposed to be played with 6 people online. There are 2 modes, deathmatch and co-op. Deathmatch is deathmatch. There are specific items or weapons you can get that give you different power-ups. There's also a co-op mode in which you fight bosses together. I wasn't too excited about waiting for so long just to play with one person. However, it sucked. But hey, I gave it a chance, but no one wants to play, so it is what it is. Now, the graphics are actually some of the better stuff I've seen on the Wii, with nice character models and a nice contrast of light and dark colors. However, it seems the game is a bit too much for the Wii, as it suffers from a bit of slowdown here and there. Not a big deal, but it is noticeable. Voice acting is in English, and they went with the British voice acting again, which I absolutely love. It really works for the setting of the game, and that's enough of that. Let's just wrap this thing up. So, the game took me 20 hours to beat, which is just perfect if you ask me. All these other RPGs add so much fluff, filler, and bullshit, making it like 80 hours to complete one game. It's not like 20 hours is not a lot, but this game has no fluff, filler, and gets straight to the point. But I like how it doesn't overstay its welcome. I don't need to be playing the same game for that long a period of time. The game is pretty solid, the battle system is so fun. I wish there was a bit more fighting. They should make a sequel or some other game that uses the battle system and improves and tweaks it a bit, and it'll be perfect. But that's it, guys. I'm out of here. Peace.